Next, we're going to move on to marketing and ads. So this is the most crucial portion, and I'd advise listening very closely to this section, especially if you don't have any business or marketing skills, or if you're just getting into ad platforms as a whole. Now, I'm of course going to run you through how to set up ads and set up the required apps for those in the course as well. I'm going to explain the whole process and the information behind it here. So first of all, you have to think about your product's niche, and then you need to focus on analyzing who your target audience is going to be for that particular product and who your target demographic is. Their potential age group, who you can sell it to and appeal to, and focus on solving a problem or appealing to the desires of. So you're thinking about that one person who's buying your product, George from down the road, or whoever that person is. You need to think about their life, why your product is going to be meaningful to them, okay? When marketing, consider your ad campaigns and how they will target your demographic or this imaginary person you're selling to, and try and play on human behavioral systems, okay? Because these are most important. I'm going to give a few examples and just throw some out there for you. You could play on the love and affection for someone's partner or their pet if you're selling pet wear or relationship wear, such as relationship bonding items like I mentioned a little bit earlier. You can play on people's natural need for freedom or self-sufficiency and independence by offering something that unlocks their independence or helps them launch in life somehow, or at least paints an ideal picture or fancy image of that. Also, natural attraction and sexual nature is another biological desire or need to play on depending what your product is. But like I said before, we want to move away from adult products, so I recommend not really tapping into that one too much, especially if you want to be ad safe for these platforms you're advertising and trying to sell on. Also, think about social media platforms. Bragging on social media is abundant due to other people wishing to be superior to others or look like their life is amazing and better than everyone else's, right? You can play on this desire to do so by offering something that's so unique or has such a big wow factor that they will feel special or unique by even owning it and buying it, and then potentially wanting to show it off on social media or to their friends and family. This is exactly the same for social proof and people wanting social approval by them buying something popular to fit in or seem cool, especially younger people. If your product has such a high perceived amount of value, or it has very high demand or comes into popularity, or is niche based or something that's hot right now, such as when fidget spinners were the next big thing, you will then tap into this particular need. Now, certain market sectors, particularly things like health and beauty and fitness or pet wear and relationship items, they all play into these biological innate needs and desires, and that's why I always recommend these in particular. Now, solving pain or unease by providing something that aids sleep or fixes things like joint or muscle pain are past successful areas that you can also use as case studies too. Adding value to one's life by saving time or offering some kind of unique solution, like those crazy fruit cutters you see on AliExpress, like watermelon cutters that cut a watermelon or does something in a much quicker way, is also another successful case study too. Now, the two main sources of traffic which we're leveraging in our marketing campaigns in dropshipping are going to be paid traffic and also organic traffic. Paid traffic is going to be via your ad campaigns, so this requires an ad budget, which is the spending requirements we mentioned at the very beginning. This relies on either Facebook ads or TikTok ads. This method of marketing is far more scalable than doing it organically, and it's effective as your store grows. You can then scale up in accordance, okay? You can scale up your ads. You start with maybe $50 a day and then increase your budget based on your greater profit margins. So then we also have organic traffic. This is entirely free. The best method in the current year in 2022, 2023 and beyond is through TikTok viral video marketing. So this basically requires you to order a product sample and then create viral videos or potentially videos that go viral using this product sample. And then you have to post frequently, maybe 1 to 2 a day, and then try to attempt to gain views and momentum and get sales traffic based on the success of your video and how it performs the algorithm. Now, if you have a ton of free time and time is not what you're lacking and you have the product with you, you can just mass post and create these videos every single day, because you're not going to have to assign the time to the ads and the ad campaigns if you're doing it just through this method. Now, this is harder. It takes a knowledge of social media and the algorithms and a whole lot of trial and error and work, but it's totally free. So other than your time is money, of course, you're not really spending anything, okay? But if you do have money, then of course spending money on ads rather than your time is obviously better. But if you do have time and no money, then consider the TikTok organic viral video marketing technique. So focus on either one of the two, TikTok ads or Facebook ads to begin with. Try not to use both, find your preferred platform and then try to scale it, okay? Facebook ads are more expensive, but they also cover Instagram as a platform too. TikTok ads, they seem to offer more for your budget and they're cheaper, and they do have a few different platforms I think that they own that they track those ads over. But each platform obviously has their own pros and cons and their own demographics and user bases to tap into. Now, Facebook has been very effective and tested over times. It's tried and true, and it's been very good for e-com sales for a long time with the dropshipping model. But TikTok is good economically, and it's also very effective. It's all dependent on your demographic and your target audience and where you tend to get the most conversions and sales traffic based on your testing of these two platforms, okay? So pick your preferred one or pick the one where you have the greater performance in and just go from there and try and stick to it. Of course, with a huge business down the line, you could use both, but just to start off with, pick one and stick to it. Now, just like with viral video creation on TikTok, you will actually need to either source or create your own video ads by editing them before actually launching an ad campaign, okay? You need to source ad creatives or create ad creatives, which is the material we're going to use for our ad campaign. So the videos and the images and any promotional material. So with video editing skills, you have an unfair advantage already. You can then chop together these videos yourself or use footage from the AliExpress's products page or use copyright-free content off the internet or in your competitor ads to splice up your own ad video. Or you can use some kind of video ad agency to source these videos by paying a small fee. For like $40 to $60, you can get an ad creative made and they will create your ad creative for you, or you can create your own one that's optimized, okay? Now, this is what you'll need for your advert to promote, and you can also use Fiverr to source freelancers and ad creatives by people who make them. Now, running an ad campaign, first of all, for around 3 to 7 days is probably the best bet, and it's the most effective strategy, okay? You need to get some trend data, first of all, over a series of days to actually see if your product is performing well and if it's effective or not, okay? Don't just cancel after the first day, at least wait 2 to 3 days at the very least to get some kind of data. If you don't get sales after 2 to 3 days, the product or the ad campaign itself needs changing or improving in some way, okay? There's a lot of areas which you can look at that you may be lacking in. It's also very important on Shopify that you install the Facebook or the TikTok Pixel app, because you need that for the data and the user interactions and the behavioral data for your campaigns to deem the actual performance and see how successful the campaign is. So we have a few values here, and these are values you're going to have to kind of get to grips with and know about, okay? So the first one is the cost per click, the link click-through rate, and cost per purchase are all important metrics to analyze. CPC and CTR, they basically indicate the level of interest in your ads. CTR over like 1 to 2% is a safe target. If you've got it at 2%, that's a pretty good figure overall. And the CPC is very important as it's profitable, you can scale it up. Having this under $1 is typically quite good too. So you want to analyze which of your ad sets are actually performing well and which are performing quite poorly, and you want to kill the low performing ad groups and scale up the effective ones or duplicate the effective groups that have good metrics after the outlined number of days that we've waited for to see their performance. Waiting a few days often allows you to see the system to catch up, because sometimes it delays all of the data, so you've got to wait, and it kind of under reports and has delayed data on the sales, so we need to wait to get some accurate information first before we move on. So always wait a few days to get data before you quit on something that's not working. Now, organic TikTok, it requires a knowledge of TikTok's algorithm and other videos in your niche or a trend for it to actually work, right? You need to do some research. You need to spend some time on the platform looking at people using that method to make sales and trying to be a consumer as well as using it for research. If you can recreate popular videos or work off current trends on the app's ecosystem and have snappy video editing and great storytelling, these can be really effective to make videos go viral. You need to order your product though to do these, so you will need to pay for a sample, and you may need to post quite a few each day, like I said before, to actually gather some momentum or pace. Posting once or twice per day can work, but it's generally not effective if you want things to move quickly and get the ball rolling, okay? You can also order this product sample off Amazon if it's available on there, so you can get quick prime shipping or just a few days shipping instead of waiting a month for it off AliExpress, okay? Because then you can get in the game quicker. Now, TikTok as a platform, it favors quite a few things for its algorithm, okay? That's the average watch time of your video, the rate of video completion, so have people actually watched it all the way through, and the replayability. So this adds replayability value for people wanting to keep binging and rewatching the same video of your content. And TikTok will obviously promote this because the replayability value allows it to see if it has virality in terms of promoting your content via its algorithm to then serve other users. So as for TikTok, we need at least 1,000 followers on TikTok if we want to have a clickable link in our bio. So we want to build up our TikTok and post frequently to try and get that number of followers, so then the link in our bio or in our TikTok straight to our store can be clicked on, because most of the time people are going to be too lazy to manually type that in, and you're just going to lose people before they even get to your site. Post frequently, try to amass engagement through likes and followers and get to this level, or buy an account with 1,000 followers already, and then you can start getting a clickable store link that people can go directly on their phone from your bio or your video. Now, the third strategy which I'm going to outline, which I know a lot of these courses don't even really cover on anymore, which a lot of people are looking for, that's influencer marketing. Okay, now influencer marketing is the last strategy. It's more dated, and typically I think it's quite less effective than ads or organic TikTok marketing, but it needed to be mentioned because it does still have its place and a lot of people are wondering about it. It's effective, but it may have a higher cost and fewer numbers in terms of conversion rates for people going from those pages to then making a sale. Now, it involves basically contacting an influencer in some kind of niche or sector in your product or store's niche, and then paying them for a sponsored post to try and promote your product. Maybe they post it on the story and then make a post on their feed about it, and maybe they post a reel about it. Okay, usually this involves you sending them an ad video that they can just repost, or if it's an influencer, you send them a product sample to make videos with or photograph with themselves personally to then make a post out after they've tried it out, and then they'll put a post up on their feed. Now, obviously, if it's some kind of normal page, which we'll mention in a moment, you'll just send them an ad because they don't have a person behind that page. You can also offer affiliate codes to influencers. There's a lot of Shopify apps on Shopify that let you create an affiliate program. This gives a small commission of each product sale to the influencer, which also gives them another incentive to keep trying to post your product regardless of actually paying them a flat fee. Now, the whole influencer marketing strategy does actually still work with so-called meme pages or theme pages, right? So a meme page is obviously a page that posts memes. A theme page is a page which is based on a certain niche and it posts things related to that niche or that thing. Now, you can pay theme pages, but they typically have much lower conversion rates, even lower than influencers, for an example, because there's no actual face or influencer behind those brands, so they can't really drive traffic through trust or a fan base. But you can also build up your own theme pages with high follow accounts and then just use those for free marketing if you don't want to pay pages, but that's going to take you a little bit of a while to build up your socials. You can also make use of posting on these pages via Instagram Reels, as well as for free video ads or reels that may be picked up in people's For You page or the Explore page on Instagram. That's a great reason to leverage those too for free organic traffic. Now, the last point I'm going to mention though about influencer marketing is when you go on a page, be it a normal influencer or some kind of theme page or meme page, actually do your research and due diligence first before paying them, okay? Or even before reaching out to them. Look at any of the posts, look at their likes, their follow account, and compare those figures, and also look at their comments. Is the engagement with their profile typical of those follow accounts? Are they getting real engagement? Are the comments actually real people and not bots? When you click on their profiles, do they have pictures of their family or their personal life, or are they just fake accounts? A lot of influencers have fake followers and fake accounts commenting on them to try and grow up their pages or for social proof or to be braggadocious, but they don't have a real following. You're going to waste a lot of money and you're going to realize quickly it's a fake following when you don't have any conversions after paying that influencer or that page. So really do that before you start wasting money. And of course, when you do reach out to these influencers or pages, you want to try and find a template in terms of your message that you message them as. You can message influencers on YouTube via their email, which is usually on their channel page or their description. Instagram influencers, they usually have the email sometimes in the bio, but it's best also to DM them. So try and DM them and email them, because most of the time they'll ignore DMs, but they'll also respond to you on email. And I'd recommend just opening it up with hi, and then your name, and then the company you're from, and then you want to outline what you can do for them first before what they can do for you. So you want to tell them what can you do for their brand. You want to outline the amount of money that you're willing to pay for them to actually help you first. You're offering value to them first on how you can improve their social page or offer them something in return for them working with you and giving you their time before you even say what you need from them. So think about how you can offer value to that influencer, or talk about the money you can give them first, and then when you get a response, you can tell them what they need to do for you, or you can put that at the end of your email. So you want to talk about what they can do for you. You want them to do a sponsored post to promote your brand that appeals to their specific niche, and a lot of the customers are going to be happy from that. So you need to give them value, talk about how you're going to basically improve their life and give them value and improve their social page, and then talk about what you need from them and what you're going to pay them for doing that, okay? So that's the great hook. That's how to get them involved and get influencers on the train when doing influencer marketing. So now we've gone over the basics of every single heading and everything you need to do in dropshipping. I'm going to show you some demonstration videos on how to set up your store and also how to set up a lot of the ecosystems and ad platforms which we've mentioned mentioned in this video in the theory section of this course.